Hey YouTube, this is Embo 24. Whoops. I guess that's not going to want to stay there, so I'll just hold it with my unsteady grip. Coming at you from Houston, Texas here in Texas' largest city. I think 6.3 million people now in the greater Houston metro area. How's everybody doing out there? It's Thursday, day that I'm shooting this video, and I'm smoking a pipe. It's the Sven-Lar, and I've shown this several times. Sven-Lar freehand, nice plateau, and even though it sounds Danish, I don't have the particulars I can't recall the pipe carver, but he was an American pipe carver that carved many pipes for different companies, and Sven-Lar was one of the names that he carved pipes under, but it was an American pipe carver carving in America. And in this pipe today is Scottish Cake by McConnell. And I'm doing a fair job of tasting it this morning. Got my Danny Shore tamper. And I say that I'm doing a fair job of tasting it. I don't know, the last week, 5, 6, 7 days, my palate has been off. And it happens every now and then. But this time I was just wondering if I just hadn't been smoking too much. I've been smoking about 4 or 5 bowls a day, and smoking through tongue bite. See, when you're retired, you have all this time. You have a lot of time, and when you're home with your pipes and your tobacco, it's like really hard to not want to smoke. I think that makes sense. Everybody could understand that. So yeah, that was what was happening. I'd wake up the next day, I'd still have tongue bite. It just wouldn't even go away. It would kind of subside to a point of not being really bad. It never really got very bad, but since the tongue is where you have your taste palate, I was thinking I had to reboot. So I've only been smoking 1 bowl a day for a few days, and it seems to be helping. Another thing that it could be here is that allergies are a big part of the spring and the summer. Well, actually, here in Houston, allergies are bad all year long. Although many times your allergic reactions to whatever's in the air take the form of like a cold, sniffles and sore throat and watery eyes. Sometimes I have found I lose a lot of my sensation of taste. And so it could be that. I have had some drainage, minor, not enough to have to take any medication, but so it could be allergies. I heard William043 mention that his palate was shot Monday evening. I think he made a video, and he was going to rest his. So William, I don't know if it's over smoking or if there's, since you're in the same area, if it's something in the air that's bothering us. But anyway, it is somewhat better today. A lot better. As the last few days, even though I've only been smoking one bowl a day, I wouldn't call it enjoyable. It wasn't nasty. But I was smoking my favorite tobacco the last couple of days, which is Peacehaven, and it just just wasn't there. The flavor wasn't there. It was just like I was smoking hot. Well, not hot because it doesn't smoke hot, but a warm, vaporous smoke that had very little pleasant taste, I'll say that. And I know the tobacco didn't go bad, so I attribute it to this. And another thing that makes me wonder about my going off on another blend, this was a couple of months ago, Melange. I had opened a tin of that, and it was just really delightful stuff. It was really great. I just really liked it. This was when I was still smoking Aromatics exclusively, and in a matter of days, the pipe tobacco just kind of that blend got less flavorful, and it became nasty. And this has got me wondering if it was just me and not the tobacco, because it did seem strange that it happened only to that blend. But it could just coincide with the tobaccos or the cut or the flavorings that just didn't agree with whatever was going on with my palate. So that's something to consider if you live in an area that is known for allergies, or if you're susceptible. There are variances in a person's palate, that's for sure. I also started to suspect myself, instead of tobaccos when they start to taste off or just not right. After hearing Pat Pope, he just made a very small comment in passing in one of his videos, and this was months ago. Pat, if you're watching this, I think you were opening a package from Boswell's, and one of the tobaccos you had ordered was No Bite Delight, and I think you were talking about it and saying, I can't quote you exactly, but you said something to the effect that when your mouth is just right, that it's an incredible tobacco that's just, out of this world. Something to that, but you did use the phrase, when my mouth is right. And for some reason, when you just said that small phrase, it struck a note with me, and I haven't forgotten that, because sometimes my mouth is just not right. And, you know, I just thought it was me. And I don't know about you, Pat, or anybody else, but when my mouth is not quite right, I can't, there's nothing I can do to get it right. It just has to right itself. And, you know, sometimes you just got to wait it out. But anyway, we'll just leave that at that. Another, I don't want to run this video up because I know I'm using a lot of words and not saying very much, but I've been, you know, watching a lot of videos like I usually do. This has nothing to do with the presenters that are presenting these tobaccos, but it does have to do with the folks that are in charge of naming a blend or a line of blends. And I don't know if it bothers any of you. It doesn't really bother me, but some of the blends just are not named very well, I don't think. The ones I'm thinking about are aromatic blends that are either named after a person or a time period or an event. And I'll give you specific examples. And before I do that, what I'm thinking is that these are aromatic pipe blends that I don't think should be aromatic pipe blends based on what they're called, because either the person or the time period in history or the event does not evoke aromatic pipe tobacco. Okay, so here they come. Hobbit's weed. I have a hard time conjuring up hobbits smoking an aromatic pipe tobacco. Now, maybe, I know they like to eat, but, you know, and it does seem like the whole thing is set in olden times. So, I mean, they're smoking clay pipes. Aromatic pipe tobacco, I just don't think so. Sherlock Holmes, here's another one. Now, I know Peterson's makes a Sherlock Holmes blend, and I don't think it's an aromatic, but there's a 221B Baker Street series, and the one that is supposedly based on the one that Sherlock Holmes smoked is aromatic. I mean, come on. He lived in England in the 1800s. Aromatic? I think the description in the books even tell us that it's not aromatic. I mean, I don't even think England's laws allowed aromatic tobaccos until fairly modern times. And then finally, there are Civil War series out there, and I'm not even sure of the maker or what they're called, but there are several, I think, Civil War blends that are aromatic. Now, a lot of the Civil War and, you know, the battles centered around Virginia and the southern states. And so the tobacco, a lot of the tobacco were, I guess, Virginians. Aromatics, I really can't picture Civil War soldiers smoking aromatic pipe tobacco. mean, that's like saying they drank mocha flavored coffee. You know, I mean, come on. So why name tobacco blends? Why name aromatic pipe tobacco blends after these events and people? I don't know.